This cabin was built right after the 1906 earthquake and fire. Many properties in the neighborhood have rear cabins. The owners lived in the rear cabin while the main house in front was rebuilt. In this case, the main house was never rebuilt. Obviously, they were in a great hurry when they built the cabin, so it was flimsy from day one. The roof is framed with 2x6s and 1x6 skip sheathing. It's Western platform construction, not balloon framed, but it has no paper, no moisture barrier, and certainly no air barrier. For the initial blower door test, before the foam was installed, we were not able to get down to 50 pascals, even at 8,000 cubic feet per minute. Before work can begin, the workspace has to be masked and prepped. We covered the windows with clear visqueen. Jose begins at the upper half of the walls. He uses a calibrated wire to check the depth of the foam. The Title 24 report calls for R13 in the walls. The closed cell foam is R6.8 per inch, so we need approximately 2 inches of foam in the stud bays. He sprays around the perimeter of the stud bay first to make sure the foam expands to fill the cracks behind the studs. It's no problem if the foam builds up a little thicker at the perimeter. He then goes back and fills in the center of the stud bays, trying to get an even depth of foam. He checks periodically with the calibrated wire to make sure that he's got the correct depth. There's plenty of air coming out of the gun all the time, so he can blow away the overspray to make sure the first coat bonds to the wood. He goes back and sprays the foam in lifts so it doesn't overheat as it cures, and he's also touching up the thin spots. The gun clogs with some frequency. He has to keep cleaning the tip and spraying it with the no-stick stuff, and he sprays the face mask on his hood also. Unlike open cell foam, which requires huge amounts of cleanup, the precise depth of closed cell makes cleanup a matter of cleaning the overspray off the stud faces. This is called detailing, and it's done with a curry comb. The curry comb comes from the tack shop. The overspray and the excess knocked off in the detailing process doesn't stick to the floor. It's easily swept up with a broom. The roof is insulated. There's a minimum of 4.5 inches of foam in the 5.5-inch rafter bay, giving R30. The ridge has been masked because it's to be exposed. The insulation makes the house noticeably quieter and the air is noticeably still.